name is Heloise Chardigny. I am the Environment Director of CEMEX in France. And I will share with you how we applied the ESR at one of our quarries, which was translated into French. First, just a few words about CEMEX. So CEMEX is a global building material company which produces cement, ready-mix concrete and aggregate. It is present in 50 countries and employs more than 46,000 employees. In France, there is 240 ready-mix plants and 60 aggregate quarries, no cement. CEMEX France is committed to sustainable development and has a public sustainability policy which was recently externally evaluated against the ISO 26 standards. And in terms of ecosystem and biodiversity, CEMEX France has a long history of partnership with local NGOs since the 90s, and we will celebrate this year the 10th year of partnership with LPO, the French BirdLife International partner. As part of the action jointly developed with LPO, we decided to apply the ESR at one of our sand and gravel pits. The first objective was, in fact, to test this new methodology for business, which was the first one addressing ecosystem services, a concept that is gaining importance in France. And the question was to identify what kind of value could the ESR add to usual environmental impact assessment and to the internal CEMEX environmental management system. In France, quarries can only be permitted after a full EIA process, and all CEMEX quarries have are ISO 40001 certified. So what's the value of the ESR in addition to that? And also, of course, the objective was to be useful locally and to help better integrate the quarry, a quarry into its local environment and to support the extension process of an existing quarry. So in terms of choosing the sites, the selection criteria that we kept are in the blue box here. So we looked for various types of quarry rehabilitation objectives, also recent available data, that it would be useful for a quarry extension project. And also what was very important for us was that the local team was motivated to test the tool. So the quarry we choose is the Sandillon quarry. It's a 100-hectare sand and gravel pit nearby the River Loire in the center of France, in an area mainly composed of farmland and small forests. The scope covers the 25-year lifespan of a quarry and includes both the quarry operation and rehabilitation activities. The rehabilitation plan includes the restoration of farmland and woods, and also the creation of grassland and lakes. Sorry. Rehabilitation is progressive. That is to say that a little bit is done each year as the quarry progresses. For step 2, and prioritization of the ecosystem services, we adapted the Excel spreadsheet provided by WRI to numerically score the ecosystem services according to the level of dependencies and impact, and allow for automatic prioritization. For this scoring, we also gave less importance to the dependencies and impacts that we consider that well managed already. Also, something that we did for this step as a tip is to make sure we didn't forget any key services. We cross-checked the first results, starting from the ecosystem sites present on the site and around the site, and mapping their connection with ecosystem functions and ecosystem services, as shown in the figures at the bottom of the slide. And this map, we used it also in step 3. And finally, to improve objectivity, we review the final results with outside experts. So in terms of the priority ecosystem services that we retained, so you can see them on the table. In terms of dependencies, we use water to wash the aggregates from the clay that is present in soils. The quarry can be stopped by frost and storms. We invest in quarry rehabilitation work, the quality of which can be degraded by invasive alien species or changing water levels in lakes. And also in terms of dependencies, the quarry rehabilitation is markedly improved by healthy ecosystems that allow for natural repollinization. In terms of impact, we convert crops into other land uses. So we reduce the superficie of these crops a little bit, and we create lakes that have an impact on regulation and regulation of water timing and flows, and also have an impact of improving leisure opportunities and providing opportunities for wetlands and habitats of interest to develop. So different types of negative and positive impacts. As regards step 3, in fact, this was the longest step of the study. It lasted 3 months out of the 6 months in total for the study. What I forgot to say in introduction is that we had the chance to have a trainee working on this study for 6 months, Johan Charopin. And it allows us to really go into details in this study. So step 3, basically we followed the principles presented earlier by Eva, and we found that this methodology was a good way to proceed, and that it really guided the analysis. This step 3 is not an easy one because there's not one entry point when you can go and ask, hello, what data do you have on ecosystem services? So it means that you have to leverage on available data or environmental impact assessments, literature, and also interview a lot of experts. This last point is, I think, very important because it helps save time because experts will know where you will find the right information. Also, what we found important is that to be able to well define in advance the time frame for this step and the level of details required, because it's easy to get lost into details. So it's important to know where you want to go and then refine that if you need to. Also, we use the map between ecosystem functions and ecosystem services to analyze the trends in regulating services, because regulating services themselves are difficult to analyze. So this map helps us very, very much. In terms of step 4 and 5, we decided to group them and address them together over the course of 2 internal workshops, bringing together operational management and environmental teams. So the environmental team came with first a list of risks, opportunities, and strategies, and presenting the results of step 3. And then we developed in the first workshop a long list of possible strategies that we refined and shortlisted in the second workshop. What we noticed is that the strategies that we were identifying could be divided in 2 groups: the site-level strategies and strategies that were applicable for all sites and that could become corporate strategies. So here below you can see a list of some strategies that we identify. I can develop the first one. In France, in general, in this area, farmlands are decreasing mainly for urbanization, and the quarry contributes to this tendency by converting crops to other land use. For quarrying, CEMEX buys or leases the land from farmers, and after quarry rehabilitation, the restored land is given back to these farmers. So farmers are important stakeholders that CEMEX needs to satisfy. However, CEMEX also has to take into account other stakeholders' expectations, such as citizens who want to be able to enjoy leisure activities, and environmental NGOs who want to conserve biodiversity. And in reality, quarry rehabilitation offers great opportunity for both of these expectations. Finally, it is important for CEMEX that their rehabilitation works in which we invest are not affected by degraded watersheds. So this is why we decided that given the fact that we developed an expertise on biodiversity management and we have a growing expertise on ecosystem services, we could be able to raise awareness of farmers about the importance of protected watersheds. And this has three benefits. First, to maintain our good relationship with the farmers and help them maintain good quality and productivity for their crops, but also maintain the quality of our own rehabilitation work and help create a consensus between different stakeholders and allow for different types of rehabilitation to cohabitate. So this is an example of what we identified at the end of the ESR. So in conclusion, what we saw with this study is that in reality the ESR doesn't reveal very new things, but we think it has a real value because first it helps us advance the agenda internally. We looked at a familiar subject, biodiversity, with a new viewpoint, ecosystem services. This was the first thing. And also because of this project management approach and putting people together to reflect on a particular subject really helps progress the discussion internally. Also, step 3 is a very interesting step because it really helps better understand our local environment, and this is key for our operations. And also, we saw with the different experts we contacted over the course of the study that the ESR is a good tool to support stakeholders' engagement. So going further, we think that we will use the ESR for development projects. We don't think ESR should be systematically included into EIAs because currently there is not enough reference data available for having systematically ecosystem services evaluated into EIA, but really this ESR approach is very important for development projects. Also, we will use the corporate strategies to improve our different policies, sustainability policies at the corporate level. And finally, we think it would be important to have sector-specific ESR guidelines. Because, for instance, with quarry, we can see that dependencies are very much linked with maintaining the quality of rehabilitation, quarry rehabilitation, and this is, for instance, I think a specificity for our sector.